Hey guys, Trey John coming out to another Watch of the Realms video. So we have finally made some pretty good forward progress. Now, I know I've been kind of on and off here, real world stuff, and then also, with the main channel, playing Path of Exile a lot. I haven't had nearly as much time to play. So we finally reinvested some time over the weekend, and now I'm to the point where I'm able to play a little bit more each day with the game. So I was playing it maybe an hour, 2 hours tops. I can play it a little bit more than now and get a little bit further progress. So I finally unlocked the Void Rift. Now, I've seen a lot of content on this. I did not know what this was. I was not sure what it was all cracked up to be. I wasn't sure, okay, well, how do you do this? What do you got to do? How does this work? And so far, it's interesting. So we haven't made it very far, but I'm having a lot of fun with it. And also in general, we did some testing, and I think I found my most favorite healer. So in general, we're just going to give you kind of like an account catch up, where I'm at, what I've been doing. And yeah, kind of you can use this to kind of compare with your own to see what kind of situation you're in, if we're similar or not similar, and leave comments below. Like, let me know, like, where are you guys stuck at? What do you guys need help with? And we'll try to focus on doing a little bit of that as we figure out a lot more of this other content that is this this Void Rift. All right, so Void Rift is one of the biggest things that I've unlocked that I think I'm going to be the most excited for, and also the most infuriating with, because it's going to definitely push the elements and make sure that you have nice, well-rounded built champions. Speaking of nice, well-rounded built champions, we've done some testing on some healers. So I did a test where I put Vortex, Lightlock, Hollow, and we threw Dolores in just for funsies, all in a competition to see, okay, who can heal the most, who is the most beneficial, and what's the most noticeable field. Surprisingly enough, the two best in slot were actually Hollow and Vortex. They actually felt the best. Now, Lightlock was a very, very solid option. He did a lot of clutch healing. That's why we took him to 60. We're going to take him to 60 as well, because he is very useful, especially in other types of content. His auto heal is nice, it's attack-based healing, and he does damage, so you can actually do a little bit of damage with him because it's all attack-based. This makes him a little bit more desirable for a lot of people who has a budget healer. But what I figured out is actually Vortex, once you skill him properly, he is definitely one of the best healers in the game as far as on my account, because I don't have some of those god tier healers that I made in my healers video. So for example, his A1 is really nice, healing multiplier +5. His passive here, anything excessive, adds a shield, which is awesome. And then his ultimate here, where basically, yeah, he's gonna overheal and add a shield to the players. This is super clutch. So it's also kind of cheap at 900 rage regen. So one way to build him that I found that works very well, because he's still single target. Keep in mind, he's still a single target AoE, or sorry, single target heal. There's only what, 2 AoE healers, I think, in the game. So you gotta gear him appropriately. I first tried gearing him all with like healing effect. So I try to look over here and go, okay, well, what gives me the most like healing effect? And let's go with that one. So like I would take the filter, and I would say, okay, primary stat here, let's go with healing effect. What do we got? And pick it. Reason why is, in my head, I thought that made the most sense because I wanted to get the most out of his heals. However, it doesn't make any sense because his ultimate, which is a blanket, basically helps a lot. And also, you want him at doing as much as possible. So attack speed is super critical with him, and so is rage regen. Rage regen is very, very nice, especially on this particular champion. So what I try to do is I try to find what makes the most sense. So we still do have the 2 healing effects here, and we have HP bonus, but we've actually taken damage taken less as an option. And what I will probably do, because I do think I swapped his gear when I did some testing very recently, is I'm probably going to swap him out for, I want to say, yeah, 1 HP boost here. Just that way his HP is a little higher for his heals, and that way we're not relying so much on the effect. And I thought we had a speed, or maybe we don't. Maybe I did have to sell it, but we did have an attack speed one. That's the 2 items that I wanted to get on him the most, because I feel like that would allow him to do the best healing job. Now, he does a phenomenal job at keeping my current characters healed. Obviously, his main weapons here are healing effect +10. So he's doing a crap ton of heals, which is good to a degree. But at the same time, once again, you want to stack that attack speed and that rage regen as high as possible. So ideally, he would be HP %, rage regen, attack speed, and maybe healing effect set on the weapons. that would be very beneficial and allow him to proc and do a lot more for each utility. Because always keep in mind, it's not about how much you heal, it's about how frequently you heal. You may not need to heal every single champion by a full heal block. It may be a very partial amount, so you want to make sure that you're spreading that love as quickly as possible to go ahead and recoup the loss of life on whatever character that is that you're working with. That's one thing I've kind of figured out, and I've noticed it has definitely held true the entire time. And one of the other things I've noticed too is 2 solid healers is almost a must. You almost want to have at least 2 of these, so that way you can put them up against each other. For one, when you have several blockers, like if I have my Baron and I have my Torador out, I definitely need a healer on each one, unless they're in range, which is great. But 9 and 10 times, let's be honest, the game knows that, hey, you want to group them all together so it's easier to manage. They're going to spread them apart because that's what makes the most difficult and makes you want to spend more money to do things, right? It's a gotcha game. That's how they get you every time. But overall, in general, doing the healing test was probably one of the most beneficial things I've done, because then it forced me to, 1, look at gear, 2, look at what the skills actually do, how they apply, how quickly they apply, and really start breaking it down into nuances of, okay, this combination seems to work great as an opener, or this combination seems to work better as a closer, or these combination of, yes, I need to put, for example, I put Vortex, he always needs to cover my Torador. I can always use Lightlock or my Hollow to cover up my Baron, because he is so sustainable on his own that we don't need the stronger healer. So we can leverage another type of healer, and that's why we tested Hollow, or not Hollow, but Dolores with it too, because she's also pretty much a rage regen battery. That's what she does, is she's going to do her ultimate. So it's going to apply inspiration, which is going to be effect plus, which is what is effect? Graceful dancing increases by 20%. Inspiration, it does the increased attack, right, proportional to the caster's attack, which is good. So you stack her with attack because her healing also is attack based. And it's all AoE healing, which is, she's one of the very few. However, they're very low. They're not high multipliers. So you would want to make sure that she's either going super quick, or you utilize her for her raid battery, or rage regen battery, which is essentially going to be this dancing move here, and with inspiration. This is going to help you with attack up and a bunch of other things as far as your build synergy is concerned anyways. But yeah, overall in general, I think she's probably going to get put by the wayside. We're going to be mainly rocking just Hollow, Vortex, and Lightlock as far as healers are concerned. We've definitely cemented that Baron's the best blocker I have on my account, Torador being right thereafter. And I've also figured out what pairs very, very nicely is actually if I pair my Zillitu with my Baron, those 2 pair amazing together, and my Arrogance with my Torador pair really well together, because they do a lot of damage. He is a tanky boy, and Baron never dies, and she is basically a glass cannon. So these 2 combinations work very, very well. Now, Torador and Arrogance are a slightly different situation, but pairing those 2 together has been very astronomical for progress on my account. Definitely, it's something that having that synergy and thinking of that synergy makes the most sense. And I'll probably do a video explaining more about what type of things to think about, or how to build a team properly with synergistic minds and or thoughts in mind. And overall, in general, it's been pretty good. We've got a few 60s so far. We're leveling champions up. Food is not necessarily a horrendous problem right now. Right now, mainly my problem is getting the hero XP potions. Those are kind of expensive, and you don't get a whole lot for grinding, unfortunately. But yeah, we're going to be trying to keep and make a bunch more of the 6-star so that we can start reviewing champions and doing guide builds on champions, because I really enjoy that aspect of things. I'm an engineer, so anytime I can do like an SOP or a process, I'm all about it. It's kind of one of my passions. And that's where making content also comes into play, right? Kind of one of those passions that fuels off of that same thought process. But overall, in general, Void Rift seems to be a very new mechanic for me that looks like it's going to be fun and interesting, and also going to make me want to beat my head up against the wall. I think that's pretty normal, though. I feel like that's how a lot of games should be. They shouldn't just be so easy that you're just like, okay, I'm done, right? That doesn't really keep you motivated to play the game. But yeah, that's where we're at. We're making forward progress. I'm curious, where are you guys at in the game? How long have you been playing? Have you stopped playing? How are you guys feeling? Let me know. I'd love to hear comments down below. And yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.